By 10 years old, children should have a minimum of 1 million touches on the ball, which can be achieved between the age of 3 to 10 years old. And I'm going to break down the numbers for you so you can understand how this is actually possible. It sounds a lot, and it is a lot, but it's not as much as you actually think it is. But first, I'm Kyle Wilson, Kyle C. Wilson, also known as the Angry Soccer Guy. I have been in the youth soccer game for 10 years, working with children as young as 2 years old when I worked for Soccer Shots, up to professional players and everything in between. Some of the pro players that I've worked with are Luis Nani, Benji Michel, Tesho Akindele, Ruan Chukwuserda, Dom Dwyer, and I've even worked with a generational talent known as Kawan Bazil, who has a $3.5 million contract with Nike, who is probably the biggest talent coming out of Brazil right now. Now, back to the point. 1 million touches on the ball by the age of 10 years old. Sounds like a lot, but I'm going to present you some numbers and show you how realistic this actually is and how easy it can be done. So the first thing is, let's look at the ages between 3 to 10 years old. That's basically a 7-year window. Now, this is not a hard or fast rule. Like, this is not like, this has to be this way. No. But what I'm saying is, it's a guideline, a tool to be used in terms of determining repetition for your player. Okay? Now, assuming they start at 3 years old, between the age of 3 to 10, that's 2,555 days. A lot of days, okay? Now, they only need to get 392 touches per day between 3 to 10 to get to 1 million touches without a day off, so to speak. Now, what's interesting is 392 touches is not that much, like per day. At first, it may be a lot, because the player's not comfortable yet getting that amount of touches. So when they're new to the game, they're going to probably start with 50. They're probably going to get to 100, maybe 150 in a day. But as they progress, they're going to get to 1,000 in, say, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, right? And then you can just spiral that, and it compounds over time. But what will happen is when a player has that much repetition in their bank, their level of skill will be through the roof compared to every other player. So I have a video, for example, it's called the 2,500 Touch Challenge, where we had a Division I, at the time Division I, student athlete, and he got over 4,000 touches in less than 20 minutes. 4,000 touches in less than 20 minutes. It was like 18 minutes, he got over 4,000. It was like 4,500 touches. And he did that in about 18 minutes. Like, that should tell you right there all you need to know. As the child builds skill, the quicker they can go, which means they can also have off days. So for example, if they miss 2 days because they want to have a rest day or 2 rest days, and they do a 2,500 touch challenge and they get 2,500 touches, you just did almost a week worth of touches. In fact, you probably did more. So it can be easily compounded, but the key thing is everybody will start at 0. It's when do you start and what do you focus on? I recommend, and what I would do with my child, is not passing. We're going to start with dribbling and mastery of the ball. That's how you're going to build those touches. And then when they develop that skill, what I call court skill, they'll have the foundational pieces to be successful in learning how to control and pass the ball. This is what's going to separate them. And I've always been asked, or I get asked a lot, what does my child need to have to get to the next level? Or how do I know my child's top? You will know when your child is top, when people are coming to you saying your child can play for free. That's how you know your child is top. Top. So those are some determining factors that can help you understand and realize the potential. But it's not that complicated to get less than 400 touches, 392 touches a day. You do that 7 days a week, every single day for 7 years. And that will compound. And your player will have significantly better skill compared to any other player. It's not that complicated. It's basic math. And when I tell families and parents that it's basic math, they always look at me and they're like kind of confused when I say that. It's simple. A lot of American children that I see, I would say they've had less than 50,000 touches at 10 years old. Well, you compare a player that has 50,000 touches compared to a player that has 1 million touches. It's night and day. It's not even the same ballpark. It's completely different. So having that skill set, they have way more tools to be successful to get to a higher level, and not even just get to a higher level, to actually enjoy and thrive in the game because they have the tools necessary to do so. So this is why it's so important. 392 touches is all you need to get to $1 million for 7 years. It's simple, not complicated. The question will be, how dedicated and committed are you to the journey of doing so?